They renovated this hotel but made some terrible design choices in the rooms. Welcome to the brand new Sofitel New York. Here's what worked and the many things that did not work today on Markus Travels. This is the superior room with the queen bed, one of the refurbished rooms, and it still has that new construction smell to it. The first thing that I like is the basic room layout. It is pretty well planned, but terribly executed. We'll come to that in a moment. But we are starting with the pros. The position of the bed is optimal. The distance to the TV is very nice for lying in bed and watching TV comfortably. I also like the comfortable couch in the corner, which is also a great place for watching TV. The couch also matches nicely the dining table in the room. Also, the bathroom is pretty nicely laid out. My favorite feature is the little wall between the sink and the toilet. That forms an excellent little table for your phone when you're sitting on the can. It is a pretty stylish marble bathroom with a separate shower and a bathtub. I think they did a really good job with the bathroom lighting. The highlight for me is the kind of oval-shaped mirror that has a light all around it. It works really well. The second pro of this room is the comfortable bed. I stayed here for 2 nights and had great sleep both nights. Though I will note that this bed is not as comfortable as what I had last week at the Sofitel in Washington, D.C. I kind of thought that all of the Sofitels would use the same bed, but the one in Washington was even a step better. But that's not to say that the bed here at the Sofitel New York was bad. It was very, very comfy. The third thing that I like about the Sofitel New York is the location. We are a couple of blocks away from Times Square. We are on 44th Street between 6th and 5th Avenue. Whatever you would want is nearby. Shops, bars, restaurants, public transportation. Plus, there are a bunch of banks right here on the block. I paid for this trip myself so that you get a non-sponsored and authentic travel review. Welcome to my channel, Markus Travels. We'll talk more about the price and the value for money at the end of the video. And now we come to the things that did not work in this room, and we're going to do 3 big buckets. The first bucket is the light in the room. There are in fact 4 lights in this room that behave not in a way that you would expect. The first and the biggest problem is the light in the corner of the room, right here on my right hand side. You can switch on that light with a switch in the hallway, and it will stay on for 5 minutes unless it detects movement on the sensor, which is located in the hallway. And what that means is that if you're in the room just relaxing, watching TV on the couch or on the bed, that light will switch off after 5 minutes because it doesn't detect any motion in the hallway. There is no way to override that timer and that sensor functionality. So if you're just using the room normally, you will have 5 minutes of light and no more. You cannot switch it back on by just walking into the hallway in front of the sensor. You have to push a button again, and then you get another 5 minutes of light. The same logic applies to the light in the hallway. So the hallway light and the main room light are on 5-minute non-restartable timers. This is absolutely terrible design. I can't believe that they implemented this without testing it first with some actual guests. This is garbage design. The other 2 lights that work in an unexpected fashion are the 2 lights below the nightstand. They are also on a sensor. If you move around a little bit, they will switch on, and then 30 seconds later, they will switch off. But you can restart them by moving around a little bit. So that means if you're just sitting or walking around here every now and again, the night light is going to switch on and off without you necessarily intending to do so. The night lights are not that distracting, but it is a bit surprising to have this flickering on and off of lights without your intention. If you're getting value from the video, please hit the like button. Thank you for doing that. The other problem with the hallway and the room light is that the switches by the door there, they are not tactile. When you enter the room, it's completely dark. You cannot feel your way to the switches. You kind of have to know where they are or use your flashlight on your phone. Terrible design when it comes to intuitive navigation of the room controls. I think that the hotel maybe realized that the light design was a terrible choice, so they have added 1 extra light, which is now located on the desk there. But it really looks like that was an afterthought. because the color temperature of that light is completely different. It is far wider compared to the rest of the room, which is far more yellow. But the real problem with the light on the desk is that it is far too bright. Especially in the evening, it is actually uncomfortable to be in the room when that light is on. I don't even think about looking straight into it. It is a very poor choice, and it really feels like something that they thought of after the fact, but it was not correct. The minor benefit of that light is that you can switch it on and off as you wish. The final problem with the lighting setup is that one of the reading lights, the one on the left side of the bed, does not work. The one on the right does. The second bucket of problems relates to doors. Firstly, we have an actual security issue. The main door here, it is supposed to close automatically when you let go of it, but it doesn't because there's actually some carpet blocking the door from closing normally. So what you have to do is that you have to shove it or pull it close instead of relying on that door closing automatically. This is not good. You should be able to rely on being able to walk away from the room and the door closing behind you, but this is not working here. That is really poor by the Sofitel. The second problem relating to doors is that the bathroom door is kind of fancy with two half doors that are supposed to open like this. When the doors are closed, there is no problem. But when you want them open, like I'm staying by myself in this room, I want the bathroom door to be open all the time. Only one of the sides actually stays open. The other side, if you open it and let go, it will close back automatically. Plus, that door is also already super scratched. I don't understand why. This is a room that has been in operation for like a month or something like that. I have raised many of these issues with the staff, and the bathroom door issue they were actually able to fix by giving me a door stopper wedge to place under it. The third thing that I had in my script was the ridiculous $35 resort fee, or urban experience fee as they call it. This hotel has no amenities. There is no spa, no sauna, no pool, nothing like that. However, now during the renovation, they did not charge that resort fee, which makes sense because there is not even a restaurant available during the renovation. So on this visit, I will not hold that resort fee against them. So instead, for this third bucket of cons, I'm going to go through a list of everything else that I did not like about this room. The radio was not set up correctly, and the quality of the speaker is worse than a phone speaker. There are already scratches on the AC unit, which is weird because this is a new room. The bedside tables have drawers, but the drawers don't open, and they confirmed downstairs to me that they're not supposed to open. It's designed like that. Garbage. The soap cup is badly designed. It just collects a bunch of soapy water. I don't like it. There's no kettle or any other coffee or tea making facilities in the room. The online check-in did not work, neither on the app nor via the email that they sent me to ask to complete the online check-in. Plus, the rod that you're supposed to use to draw the curtain fell down. If you're getting massive value from the video, there's many things that you can do to support this channel, Markus Travels. They're all linked in the description below. Whatever you do, I appreciate you. So now we come to the price and the value for money. I paid $700 for my 2 nights stay, which is $350 US per night. That is clearly far too much for the current state of the hotel. Until this renovation is complete, this most certainly does not represent good value. Now, you might come away with the conclusion that I will never come back here. However, I did have a good night's sleep here at the Sofitel New York, and the things that I've listed as complaints, they are things that they could fix once they cycle through these new rooms a few more times. So on the assumption that they fix everything that I've mentioned, I would consider coming back here. It is a comfortable location, and the basic design of the room is good in theory if they just execute it correctly for the next time. This was going to be the end of the video, but I also want to acknowledge some good service recovery by the Sofitel New York. When I checked out, they did not ask me how my stay was, so I took the chance to send them my feedback after I got home, and I attached a draft version of this video. I did not ask them for anything other than to consider my feedback when they improved their product. And I feel that they did take my feedback on board, and they listed all the things that they have already improved and what they plan to improve as the renovation progresses. In addition, they offered me a refund of $350, which is one night, plus a voucher for a future night's stay. And I think that's a nice idea because then I would be able to see how the hotel looks after the renovations are complete. So overall, great service recovery by the Sofitel New York. And now click or tap the screen right here for my review of another luxury property. This is Fairmont The Palm in Dubai. A nice location, but a lot of problems in the room design. Thank you very much for watching Markus Travels, and I will see you in the next video.